on to yet another reboot, per se. It's not really, I guess I should not call it a reboot, but it's just a way to continue a series. And that is the somewhat spin-off of Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Now, I don't even know a whole lot about this. I've seen a couple of stills from the film. I know that J.J. Abrams, I know that J.J. Abrams wrote it. J.K. Rowling wrote it.
I was like, well, that's a mashup.
I know that it stars Eddie Redmayne, who
Can do no
recently,
wrong, apparently.
no, he can't do wrong because he said he wanted to be one of the brothers in the Harry Potter movies, the Weasleys, and they wouldn't even give him a call.
Oh, wow.
He couldn't even get an audition. And you know what? Look at him now.
Yeah, I was going to say, who's got the last laugh? He's about to come on to his second Oscar, I'm sure.
Yeah. So anyway, like I said, I don't even know a whole lot about it. And you know, a lot of times with some of these films, I don't want to know a whole lot about it. It makes it better when you go to see it. You know, I mean, that's if we would have known everything about the Star Wars film, it would not have been enjoyable, right? I mean, we know some things, obviously, but you have to have like some plot twists, and there are certain movies that you know nothing about. I guess mine would be Pride and Prejudice because I know nothing about Pride and Prejudice. So I'm going to go into that movie and not know anything about how the storyline is, where it's going, how it twists and turns. And sometimes that makes things really enjoyable. It's like you're on Netflix and you see some random movie that maybe you've never heard of, or maybe when you've heard of it, you're like, oh, everybody liked that. I don't know anything about it. And you watch it and you're like, that was damn good. It's like
Yeah.
entertaining when you don't know where things are going, right? And so that's kind of how I feel about this one. So let's hope that turns out well for me.
Yeah. I was going to say, we've watched a couple of TV series. Like, we've talked about Outlander, and I fell into the TV show first and then quickly read, mostly made it through all the books. And you haven't done any and are like, no, 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 no. I just want to know from the TV standpoint. And it actually, and I've done that on The Leftovers and some other things where I'm like, no, I prefer not to. Like Game of Thrones, when I start watching it, I
Yeah,
don't care. I don't want to know. I just
same
want,
thing.
I just want to accept it as they presented it to me, and
Yeah.
that's all.
Not interested in reading Game of Thrones. I am not interested in reading the Walking Dead comics. I don't want to know where things are going.
Yeah,
And you know, when people tell me, I get really pissed off. They're like, "Oh, well, in the comic," I'm like, "No, no. Oh, you even mentioned something that's not going to be right." Like, you know,
yeah,
I don't want to know. You know, Harry Potter. I discovered Harry Potter via the first movie. I knew nothing about that series. I guess I was living in a hole at that time in life. But I saw that movie over Christmas break in Denver with my brother. We like one of those nights where you just walk up to the theater and you're like, what's playing next?
yeah.
And we were both like, I know nothing about this film. Let's watch it. And we came out, we were like, that was great. It was like a little Star Wars. It was the same. It was the
Star
same
Wars
thing
for
as
kids.
Star Wars. And then I went, you know, then at that time, I think 2 or 3 of the books were out, read them, and became like a huge fanatic, you know, buying the books at midnight and calling in sick to work the next day so that I could read the whole book. Yes, I did that
Yeah, I
multiple.
know. I think
Um,
one of those days was at a WB18. That's why I know that.
Possible. It's possible. So, oh, sorry, Bruce Stone. Oh no, I'm
Are
not.
you?
No, I'm not.